random disclaimer.
It's October. I love to do spooky, scary stuff as far as like gaming, activities, TV shows, movies, you name it. I indulge in this stuff. And one of the things that I watched back in the day was called Tales from the Hood. When I think of Tales of the Hood, it's a motherfucking hood, baby. It's so hood. That's where the hoodest I've ever been. It's Tales from the Hood. The Tales from the Hood is a classic movie that scared me when I was younger. And I know you're over here asking, like, your parents let you watch it? Yes, my parents let me watch that and some other stuff too. Mind your business. If you do not know about Tales from the Hood, I'll give you my cliff notes. And in short, the movie's about there's a creepy mortician named Mr. Sims. And throughout this movie, he's attempting to scare teenagers. And teenagers are, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of up to no good. So the mortician is trying to scare them straight with telling scary stories. The teens were trying to take their drugs and go. They were tired of hearing these stories. They were getting kind of scared and creeped out. They just wanted to dip. But the mortician, Mr. Sims, had a couple more stories to tell them before they go. We start off with this wild ass intro.
Duke Metger for governor. An original American.
That face was scary as hell and it's spooky already, but besides the point. We see two guys talking about this weak ass campaign. Do I know that guy?
Your shit is way back here. If you was in the army, you have to salute like this. Yes, sir.
Duke is on his campaign. He's trying to get elected and he's a hater ass. And he has been exposed to being a KKK member and a white Southern senator. Sorry, the white racist. I'm going to say racist. Racist white Southern senator. People were posted up outside of his house. In his house, there was a massacre that happened many years ago. Instead of freeing their slaves post-Civil War, the owners of that house tortured and killed all of them. While we're getting history, a man cut off another dude talking. And we found out that the house is haunted by spirits. This used to be a former slave owner house. And they had a voodoo woman named Miss Cobbs that was a part of that plantation. And she created dolls and put spirits in them, which is creepy as hell. Me looking back on this movie and I know what I know now, it's very unsettling that there's people who do this a lot these days. You better be careful who you talking to. Look at the dolls you have, your family, your friends. How you know somebody ain't in that doll watching you? I'm just saying, that's what goes to my mind when I think of these dolls. Even Dusty Duke know about the legend. I can tell that he doesn't really believe in it, and the audience gets a look at the portrait in the house, and it's very unsettling. You see the voodoo priestess, and you see her front and center, and you see the dolls, because you see the little miniature people inside of the painting. Don't know who made that painting up. Duke is eventually asked by Rhodey if he ever seen the dolls, heard of the dolls. And this host said,
I searched every inch of this house. When I first bought the place, I figured the little black bastards might be worth something.
Whoa, well, slow down, buddy. Jeez, we just got to the beginning of the movie. Chill out. You said it with your chest. I need to see your resume because you said it with your chest, bro. Like, you acting too good right now. Rhodey is pretty much Duke's image maker because Duke needs help and he thirsty as hell. However, the painting sees and hears everything and she looks disappointed. And the camera pans down to a doll under the floor. I can never forget this doll. This doll was the main doll in this part of the movie and it's very unsettling because the animations. This was way back in the day. Now we see the two, Duke and Mr. Rhodey, recording a commercial. However, they're rehearsing in between. But Duke is struggling with his lines and what he's trying to say, but Rhodey is trying to help him, give him some ideas. So they keep rehearsing at some point and Rhodey missteps and falls all the way down the stairs. Or did he really fall down the stairs? You catch my drift? At the top of the corner of the stairs, you see a doll just sitting there. I didn't notice it at first back in the day, but now seeing it is very, very creepy. Surprisingly, Duke went to Rhodey's funeral. After the service, Duke was warned again about that house. And he was warned by that dude who was outside earlier at the beginning of the episode during those protests. Yeah, he's warned by him again. But, you know, he didn't know he was outside.
They want reparation.
You hear me? They want reparation.
Duke really doesn't care, so he rode off in his limo. And now think about it, I'm waiting on reparations too. I'm waiting on that too. Where it at? Like, look, it could be in loan forgiveness, you know, cut my taxes for a little bit. I'm waiting on it too, man. It'll be really nice right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, if somebody came me reparations, I'm taking it. Y'all think I'm not gonna take it? Duke finds a doll on the floor of the limo. He got mad at the driver because he thought he put it in there or somebody came in the car and stuck it in there. So he decided to throw the doll out the window and they kept on driving towards his residence because that's where I'm assuming Duke was going to. Later, Duke was watching the footage and now he notices the doll in the shot. You get a shot at the painting of Miss Cobbs and there is a doll missing. We cut to the doll running, and I'm impressed that he knew how to get around because, you know, in his credit, it's paved roads, there's stoplights now, there's street lights, cars running around, so I'm just shocked. Anyway, we flash to Duke now, and he gets knocked on the door. You can hear the doll's footsteps run in when he opened it. And when I heard those footsteps again after all these years, it was so unsettling because I never forgot those footsteps. Duke doesn't see anyone, and he closes the door. Then when he turned around, he saw the doll sitting right there. But low-key, if I'm seeing dolls and stuff like that and hearing sounds, I would have moved that day. I really do not care. But I think Duke ran out of chances when he said this.
Where the fuck did your little black ass come from?
But obviously Duke doesn't care and he gonna stand his ground. But this dude went ahead and said this.
You think you and some old voodoo bitch could scare me out of my house?
I wish you never threw that vase. He hears more footsteps and he tries to go find them. He thought he heard it in the office, so he went ahead and checked the office one more time. He spotted something. As he was searching, he looked at the painting. He got randomly mad at Miss Cobbs. Your little ego bruise, I understand, you know what's happening, but take it on homegirl, okay? He made a deadly mistake of hitting the painting with the American flag. Out of all things you hit this painting with, the American flag? Racist. And the painting started to bleed. He turns around and sees the doll. He didn't react in time because the doll jumped off the chandelier and bit into his neck. So Duke tried to get it off and he beats his ass with a flagpole. He is using his American flag like, you know what? I won't say nothing. He grabs the doll, he puts it on the dartboard outside. He went ahead and said some crazy stuff like this.
I'm gonna blow off your little nigga balls.
That was on your mind? He took a shotgun and he shot twice. One of the shots took half of the doll's face off. The doll's creepy enough, but now half his face is gone and it's angry and shit and it's running around trying to kill you. Fear went to the roof. He came back inside thinking he won, but when he went back to the office, he noticed that more dolls were missing from the portrait and he hears more steps and he went crazy racist mode.
You little nigglings!
I would like to know how many takes they took.
Come on out, you little nappy-head sons of bitches!
You kind of said that with some bass in your chest and you should calm down.
Say goodnight, you little piece of black shit.
Wait a minute! Like, hold on! Look, I'm gonna beat your ass next time. Finally, we got to a scene that terrified me as a kid. That run is terrifying. If I go into my kitchen, I see a freaking miniature looking doll running at me, I'm jumping out this 5th floor window. I'm going, me and my dog. She'll hear growling. Me and the dog hopping out. I'm not doing that. Duke escapes into his office, so he thought. He never really escaped. And the painting has all the dolls missing now. He turns around and there's a gang of dolls. They band together like Voltron. The animation, the looks on their faces, I know their potential and we've been seeing this main doll running around doing stuff. So I know for a fact the dolls can at least do what he can do. You know, they went all out. Like I said, this is the scariest part of Tales from the Hood. Yes, there's, well, all the stories are creepy, but that was the creepiest one to me. I know they made a Tales from the Crypt 2, but I still think that still tops all. But the animation, the dark story behind the painting, the house, the racist stuff, the creepy doll animation, the picture bleeding, so many things went to this episode that made it simply creepy to me, and it just left an everlasting memory of that doll running. Can you survive an all-out doll attack? I think not, but
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
I think I definitely covered the top spot. This story wins. I said what I said.